Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl in your face while you're sleeping. 10 foods you're not allowed to eat in the USA. Americans love their food, and they're able to buy almost anything imaginable at restaurants, farms, markets, and other stores, but some foods are currently banned. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or simply the FDA, has banned many foods from being sold or eaten in the United States due to safety concerns. You might consider some of these to be a bit harsh, but hey, who are we to decide what is good for us and what isn't? When you have the able minds at the FDA working tirelessly to screen everything consumed by the citizens, it's probably a good idea to let them take the lead on this. However, the top entry will surprise you for sure. Anyways, without any further delay, here are 10 foods you are not allowed to eat or are banned in the USA. Number 10. Haggis. Haggis is a type of pudding composed of the liver, heart, and lungs of a sheep, mixed with beef and oatmeal and seasoned with onions, cayenne peppers, and other spices. This mixture is then packed into a sheep's stomach and boiled. Haggis is a national dish of Scotland and is usually accompanied by turnips and mashed potatoes. Haggis is currently banned from being imported into the United States. In 1971, the US banned all foods that are made from animal lungs. Scotland has made several efforts to influence the US into lifting the ban on haggis and changing federal food safety regulations, but they have come up short every time. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that will take just 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell and you get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works. Number 9. Beluga caviar. The beluga sturgeon is the largest of the sturgeons, weighing more than 900 kilograms or 2,000 pounds and measuring more than 15 feet long. It can take up to 25 years for a female beluga to mature and produce eggs. Beluga caviar varies in color from light to dark gray and is the largest grain caviar. Their pearls are the most delicate and have a mild, buttery flavor. In 2005, the United States banned beluga caviar from further import due to overfishing. The US was consuming 60% of the world's beluga caviar, which is considered the king of caviar due to costing $200 per ounce. The beluga caviar was so desirable that the available stock declined by 90%. Overfishing of the beluga can be traced back to poaching and the black market. Number 8. Unpasteurized milk. Unpasteurized milk, or raw milk, is milk that comes directly from an animal's udder and hasn't been heat treated or pasteurized to kill the bacteria. Raw milk carries a higher risk of being contaminated with harmful bacteria that causes foodborne illnesses than pasteurized milk. Children are at a higher risk for these diseases because their immune systems have not yet fully developed. The FDA banned the interstate sale or distribution of raw milk in the US, but states are able to adopt their own laws of the sale of raw milk. Consuming unpasteurized milk is legal in all 50 states, but 20 states prohibit the sale of raw milk. 13 states allow the sale of raw milk in retail stores, and 17 allow the sale of raw milk only on the farm in which it was produced. There is currently a movement in the United States to consume organic and locally grown foods. Some believe that raw milk is more nutritious and provides good bacteria for the body. Many of the states that allow the selling of raw milk require a warning label informing the consumer about the risk of pathogens that can be found in the milk. Number 7. Sassafras oil. Sassafras oil is extracted from the dried root bark of the sassafras tree. The tree stands anywhere from 6 to 12 meters tall, with slender branches and orange and brown colored bark. The leaves are oval and can grow 8 to 18 centimeters long, and the flowers are small and of a greenish or yellow color. Many Native American tribes use sassafras for various medicinal purposes, including to help with acne, urinary disorders, and fevers. Sassafras can also be found in Chinese medications to help treat rheumatism and trauma. The twigs from the plants were once used as toothbrushes, and sassafras was also used as an early anesthetic and disinfectant. Sassafras was found in many distinct foods in the US, and it was known as a key ingredient in many root beers and teas. The FDA prohibits all sassafras bark, oil, and saffrole as flavorings or food additives. Sassafras is no longer considered safe for human consumption, and it was banned in 1979 after research linked it to cancer. Also, when too much sassafras oil is consumed, poisoning can possibly occur. Number 6. Ortolan. The ortolan bird is in the bunting family of Emberizidae. It is a tiny songbird that weighs less than an ounce. This bird was once a controversial meal in France and is cooked for 8 minutes and served with the head attached. The bird is meant to be eaten whole, including the head and bones. Killing and selling the ortolan was banned in France in the 1990s, but poachers continued to catch the small bunting and sell it to local restaurants. France's League for the Protection of Birds claimed that the ortolan population dropped 30% even after the ban, forcing the government to enact more stringent enforcement in 2007. The eating of the rare bird is less controversial than the barbaric way it is killed. These birds are trapped during the migratory season and kept in covered cages. The ortolan eats more at night, so the covering of the cage will encourage them to gorge on grain, to the point where their bodies double in size. It is said that ancient emperors would pluck out the bird's eyes, tricking them into thinking that it was night so they would eat more. The ortolans are ultimately thrown alive into a vat of armagnac, which both drowns and marinates them. France now strictly enforces the ban on killing ortolans. The killing, cooking, or smuggling of the bird anywhere in the European Union or the United States is currently a crime. Number 5. Casu marzu. Casu marzu, translated into English, means rotten cheese, and if the rotten part isn't already bad enough, it's also known as maggot cheese. This Sardinian cheese is typically soaked in brine, smoked, and left to ripen in the cheese cellar. Then cheesemakers set it outside on cover, allowing flies to lay eggs inside it. The eggs hatch into maggots, which start feeding on the cheese. They produce enzymes that promote fermentation and cause fats within the cheese to decompose. The cheese becomes super soft and leaves a burn on the tongue when eaten. Local Sardinians say that the cheese is only good when the maggots are still moving. If the maggots are dead, then the cheese has gone bad and is too toxic for consumption. Casu marzu is not in compliance with European Union hygienic standards and has been declared illegal. It is also illegal in the US because it is unpasteurized and has more than 6 mites per square inch. The microscopic bugs live on the surface of the aged cheese. Number 4. Shark fin soup. Shark fin soup is a traditional dish found mostly in China and Vietnam, but it has made its way around the world since originating sometime in the Song dynasty roughly 1,000 years ago. The dish is considered a luxury item and is traditionally served only during special occasions. It is also very expensive, costing anywhere between $50 and $100 per serving. You may be picturing a bowl of broth with a shark fin sticking out of the liquid, but it is made using the meat from the fin, which is dried and shredded after the skin is removed. One of the reasons the dish has been so prominent in Chinese culture is due to the belief that it helps prevent cancer, among many other purported beliefs. Its use in Chinese medicine has caused the demand for shark fins to skyrocket, which has caused a decline in the number of shark species. The biggest problem occurs when fishermen pull in sharks, slice off the fin, and throw the bleeding fish back into the water to die. In order to help conservation efforts, many nations have written laws and bans protecting various species targeted for the dish. While shark fin soup is banned only in a handful of states, the US has established laws requiring that sharks caught in American waters be documented before a fin can go on sale. By the end of 2017, efforts to completely ban the dish in the United States have been underway. Number 3. Ackee fruit. Ackee appears to be a very delightful and delicious fruit, but one must be very careful before eating it. If the fruit is improperly eaten, it can cause vomiting or even lead to a coma or death. In Jamaica, the harmful effects of ackee are known as Jamaican vomiting sickness. The ackee fruit's protective pods turns red and naturally opens, revealing the edible portion, which is the yellow arili that surrounds the toxic black seeds. The fruit can be tried in Jamaica paired with codfish, which is a popular national dish. The ackee fruit is originally native to West Africa, but was brought to Jamaica in 1778. It is Jamaica's national fruit. The FDA banned all ackee, but would later allow the sales of frozen or canned ackee. The import of fresh ackee is still banned, and rightly so. It is best to have you get only the edible part delivered while saving you from the hazard of opening the fruit incorrectly yourself. Number 2. Maribel plum. The Maribel plum is the small, oval-shaped and dark yellow fruit of the Maribel plum tree. It is known to be sweet and full of flavor, and is used in fruit preservatives and dessert pies. The fruit can mostly be found in France, where 70% of the world's Maribel production occurs. The production of the Maribel plum has been supported since 1996 by the Protected Geographical Indication to help guarantee its authenticity. It has been promoted as a high-quality regional product, and the Protected Origin designation makes it almost impossible to get this fruit into the US. Number 1. Kinder Surprise Chocolate Eggs. Kinder Surprise chocolate eggs are a widely popular candy sold across the world, except the United States. There are more than 3.5 billion Kinder Surprise eggs sold each year, with no help from the US market. The Kinder Surprise egg is a hollow chocolate egg that holds a plastic capsule which contains a toy. The toy is usually a simple collectible, like a tiny bike or a miniature beach bucket and pail. Kinder Surprise eggs have always been illegal in the United States. A 1938 regulation made it illegal to sell any candy that contains a non-nutritive object. Despite efforts to import the chocolate egg into the US, the federal government has continued its ban and recalled the item each time it was introduced. If you haven't been lucky enough to try it yet, don't worry, because Kinder just announced this May that they will be selling a similar chocolate egg in the US market. Kinder will introduce the Joy Egg, which is a more recent version that separates the toy from the chocolate and is comprised of 2 sealed halves. The new egg meets FDA regulations and is compliant with the Consumer Protection Safety Commission. It won't be exactly the same as the Kinder Surprise, but fans across the US will be able to get their fix.